Hey guys, Mr. B XRP here and welcome back. Today is March 5th of 2020 and I have a lot that I want to go through that's happened over the last couple of days. So buckle up and I'll go through it as quickly as possible. And if you have not, believe it or not, like 60% of the people that watch my videos still aren't subscribed, but they watch them whenever I post them, which is amazing to me. So make it easier on yourself. Hit the subscribe button now. We'll all wait a second. And then you'll be notified when my new videos come out. All right, I appreciate it. I thank everybody who has subscribed, and those people that just hit the button. That's awesome. Okay, moving on. So on CoinMarketCap, and I am going to do a refresh here, see where we're at. Okay, the market cap, the total market cap is about 260 billion, and it looks like we're in the green on the 24-hour. Bitcoin is at 9,081, so it finally breached the $9,000 point. Ethereum's at 231, and XRP has been at 24 cents all morning, but it just dropped slightly below 24 cents. So it's playing with 24 cents, and on Fiat Leak it's just below 24 cents as well. Trading volumes are okay. They're not out of the they're not crazy, but they're moving along pretty good. Okay, so moving on. Boy, I'll tell you what. When they talk about cryptocurrency is volatile, they need to be talking about the stock market, because the stock market is volatile. I think we were up like 1,100 yesterday. So far today we're down 784 points. All of my friends and clients that I talk to are pulling their money out of the market. They are scared to death. And I'm not suggesting anybody should do that. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing from people. They are absolutely scared to death. These fluctuations are it's something they're not used to, and it freaks them out. And a lot of people I talk to, they're pulling their money out and they're just going to go to cash and wait and see what happens. So it will be interesting. Here's the good news though. There is going to be a boatload of cash on the sidelines. So if there is ever another asset class or particular asset of a new asset class that looks appealing for investors, the money is going to be there to stomp on it. So that will be interesting to see. The timing could not be more perfect for people to come into digital assets, specifically for those interested in XRP, because the money is going to be available. And I'm telling you, and anybody that's out there that hears the sound of my voice that knows people in traditional markets, you too know people that are pulling their money out of the markets, because I'm hearing it from everyone. So very interesting stuff. Okay, moving on. This was from Michael at VAL5Link, and I want to just personally thank Michael. Michael sends me stuff every single day, all day long. And Michael, thank you. I know I don't use a lot of it because I don't do that many videos, but I'm thankful that you sent it to me, and I use what I think is appropriate for the day. So thank you so much. All right, so this particular tweet said, following the Supreme Court's ruling to abolish RBI, following the Supreme Court's ruling to abolish the RBI ban imposed on cryptocurrencies, Indian exchanges are preparing for a massive spike in trading as the country finally opens its doors to the billion-dollar market. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. Three judges passed the rule that they're going to allow digital currencies, digital assets, cryptocurrencies to be traded in India. That is fantastic news. It's the Indian market. They're highly technical people, and they are just the type of people that we want involved in this space, because they will see the benefits specifically of what XRP is doing. And if I remember correctly, I think it was Navin Gupta who once said that all of India was online to use XRP, and then later on we heard it wasn't all, it was 80%. I'll take 80%, but originally we had heard 100%. So somewhere between 80 and 100% of India is prepared to use Ripple as a company, and we all know what that means. When they're going to be faced with the decision, press 1 to send money fast and press 2 to send money fast and save money. They're going to press 2 and they're going to use XRP. So having India on board is going to be a big deal. I'm so glad that they're jumping on board. So note, there's going to be a little theme here in my video today, and it's international regulations. People are falling into place, and that's And that is the best news we can hear today. Not a little blip up in price, not Bitcoin is going up, not XRP is up, a half a cent. The best news we can hear is regulations falling into place, and I've been just pounding that drum the last few weeks. Okay, this was from Frederick Bullitt at Frederick Bullitt 1, and he said, look at this all over London. Bus shelters and some London double-deck buses too. Look closely at the small print. So look at this. Hey India, see you in 30 minutes. Low fees, it looks like, or fast money transfers to 50 countries. And it's TransferGo, runs on Ripple. How cool is that? Okay, so that was on a billboard. And this must be him. He took a picture of himself in front of it. TransferGo, love it, love it, love it. And then you've got it on the bus. Hey India, see you in 30 minutes. Now, I don't know what the see you in 30 minutes means. I guess, are they saying it takes 30 minutes to send the money? That doesn't make sense to me, because we know it's faster, but maybe they're under-promising and over-delivering. I don't know. Interesting, though. Interesting. I wonder what that whole 30-minute thing is and why they're using it. But so exciting to see this runs on Ripple out there in the world. And I think in a few years we're going to laugh. It's going to be everywhere. So it's so awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Frederick. Appreciate it. And this from Cryptopolis. In a dramatic turnaround, South Korea, here we go again, guys, has voted for the country's first crypto-specific legislation in the past few hours. And this is a quote, cryptocurrency has been officially classified as an asset class by the institutions. And Cryptopolis says, why now? And credit to Savvy XRP. I think Savvy XRP posted this first, or that's who Cryptopolis is giving credit for. So we always want to give credit where credit is due. I know it's impossible to give everyone credit because you never know where everything starts, and it's just, but we try and do our best. So thank you to Savvy, thank you to Cryptopolis. But this is fantastic news. So South Korea, it looks like they're falling in line as well. So good stuff. This I find really interesting. So I've been following Sologenic, right? And they did their IEO, which was initial exchange offering is what they called it, and they came out at 25 cents. And I got news for you. My expectation was it was going to go like every other ICO that I've seen in this space. It was going to go from 25 cents to a nickel within 48 hours, and it didn't. It actually is at 30 cents. They're up. I'm impressed. I'm actually impressed. Now, what they're doing, for those of you who don't know, is Sologenic. Sologenic is an offshoot of CoinField, so same ownership, and Sologenic is going to tokenize stocks. So essentially you'll be able to buy, portions of stocks. You can buy, a percentage of an Apple stock or Berkshire Hathaway or whatever it may be. But what'll be interesting is it should be very liquid and very easy to move from one stock to the other. I mean, like, for instance, I sold some stock this week and I have to wait 2 to 3 days for my money to fund, which is ridiculous, because guess what I was wanting to do with that money? I think you've got, what, in the comment section below, everybody tell me what you think I was doing with the money when I sold some stocks this week. But I'm still waiting for my money to be available, and it's not. So what's nice is the Sologenic project, what they're aiming to do is to tokenize stocks, make it easy to get in and out of them, buy portions of them. Imagine you can, on your phone, you'll be able to have your Apple stock next to your XRP. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, I hope they're the ones to do it. I hope they're successful. I hope they pull it off, and I wish them the best. And I think that's a big deal that their price is up, and that's really, really amazing. The other point that I want to make is they built their system on top of the XRP ledger. Now, I'm still trying to understand, the mechanics of that and how that works. And I've been talking to some people, but still wanting to learn more about the mechanics of building on the XRP ledger. I'd like to understand is on every transaction, is any bit of XRP getting burned if they're using the XRP ledger, or are they able to use that highway for free for whatever they want to use it for? That's kind of a question I have, that if anybody knows the answer to that question, you can put that in the comment section below. So I'm not completely clear on that, and I'm trying to get completely clear on that. So anyway, if anybody else shares that same frustration, I think you understand where I'm coming from. Okay, so I posted this yesterday, and here's the quote. And it was this was from the Fed's Now Faster Payments program. And this was a quote. As a result of our collaborative work over the past 5 years, in 2019 alone, we have reached consequential milestone in all of the desired outcomes outlined in the strategies paper: speed, security, efficiency, and cross-border collaboration. I'm getting all kinds of messages here in my window here, so I apologize if you guys can see these messages popping up. I'm going to play this video because I want everybody to see it. It's about 3 minutes, so bear with me, but I think it's worth listening to.
The Strategies for Improving the Payment System initiative has been very important in the continued evolution of the U.S. payment system.
We have efforts focusing across our 5 desired outcomes. In just 5 years, we've seen tremendous change and progress.
In 2019, the headline accomplishments really have to do with real-time payments. We've helped foster the development of the real-time payments ecosystem in the United States.
There is incredible momentum around the FedNow service and the Fed being an operator in the faster payments business. The top priorities for the FedNow service are to work with the industry to really define what are the business requirements that we need to address. Into the future, we see FedNow as a platform for innovation, so we can build other services on top of the original FedNow service over time.
In 2019, we undertook a lot of research to better understand the challenges associated with cross-border payments. We plan to continue to monitor developments in the cross-border space, engage with industry participants to discuss the challenges and pain points, and also determine if there are any collective actions we can take to address those challenges.
Made good progress around 2 major efforts in security. One is that we've developed a fraud definitions classification model so that in ACH wire and check we can have a consistent set of definitions. And now we're working with the industry on how to adopt that model. And secondly, we've done a good job of educating the industry on what synthetic identity fraud is, which is the fastest growing fraud out there. But we're going to be publishing more information on our classification model and how the industry can work together to adopt it, and also more information on synthetic identity fraud so that we can actually work together to try to solve that problem.
In 2019, the Business Payments Coalition established a framework for e-invoicing, which laid the foundation for the further electronification of business-to-business payments in the United States. We're going to continue to support the Business Payments Coalition's efforts to further electronify business-to-business payments in the United States, and also look for additional ways to support their efforts.
It's overwhelming the number of people who want to be part of the solution and the efforts. Today we have over 7,000 members in the Fed Payments Improvement community, and it's growing by double digits every year. It really takes the collaboration of providers throughout the payment system and even end users and businesses and consumers to achieve the faster, safer, more efficient payment system that we desire. I'm very excited about the successes we've had and the momentum that we see today in the industry.
So good stuff. They do talk about cross-border payments in that video, and I'd like to, it would be nice it would be nice if they're working with Ripple or having, obviously Ripple has met with them. I believe Chris Larson is on their board or has worked with them, and it would be interesting if there's any involvement at all with Ripple. I mean, from what I can tell, look, innovation never comes from the government. It always comes from the private sector. So they're going to the private sector for the innovation, and they're just going to, put the federal seal on top of it. They're not going to create it themselves. There aren't federal workers right now coding to create this program. I don't believe that's the case. So if they're going to go to the best fintech company out there when it comes to payments, I think we all pretty much know who they might be working with. So that's why I wanted to share that with you guys. And moving on. This is also from Michael at BA5 Links. Binance US CEO Catherine Cooley says becoming Ripple ODL partner is a perfect match. Listen, we have said this before. Everyone that has left Ripple has ended up surprisingly, shockingly, in a strategic position to further the cause of Ripple and further the cause of XRP. And honestly, it's not by accident. These people are strategically taking on these roles. and they're ultimately going to be helping Ripple and XRP get to where they're going. This was a real XRP boy had posted this, and he said, I wanted to share something with the XRP community because I catch a lot of garbage from my friends and family for buying XRP. My cousin, who has been relentlessly busting my balls, my decision to invest in XRP, let alone go all in. He's dating somebody who works for Oppenheimer. She's an advisor at Oppenheimer. So she was giving him a hard time. And one of the last things that she said to him was, the chances of XRP hitting $1 again is most likely impossible and won't happen for many years, if ever. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is obviously I disagree. But Shane Nixon, who's at Shane Nixon 11, who actually met at Swell, he's a financial advisor. He's a fantastic guy and super guy. He said from one financial to another, they shouldn't give advice on something they obviously know nothing about. So thank you, Shane, for stepping up as a financial advisor and laying it down. And my response to Shane was that. Boom, thank you, appreciate it. Good job, Shane. This is something that I don't think got very much traction. Posted by on Twitter by oneway_XRP. Facebook is shifting its Libra cryptocurrency plans after intense regulatory pressure. Facebook will no longer promote its own digital currency, instead use existing ones. So I don't think this got a lot of press at all, guys. Sounds like Facebook is going to continue to build their use of cryptocurrency, but they're going to use existing cryptocurrencies that are out there now, which I think is interesting and fantastic at the same time. So let's see what that's all about. I was told when Facebook first came out and started announcing Libra, people were telling me they're going to be using XRP. This is just a ruse. This is a ruse. They're using XRP. And there were some smart people telling me that, and it turns out they might have been right, but we will see. Listen, not everybody's going to use XRP, but I think most everybody, it will touch everyone's life at some point, whether they like it or not. But not everybody will intentionally use XRP, I should say. But there will be people that hate XRP, Bitcoin maximalists and competitors of XRP, that will be using it, whether they know it or not, because it'll be used in the background by their banks or financial institutions. So, ha on you guys. All right, so this from Stuart XRP. This was rolling around yesterday. The digital asset investor put out a video yesterday. His second video yesterday was one of the greatest videos he's ever done. I recommend it to everyone. It is, I had messaged him and told him it was his driving Miss Daisy. I mean, it was just beautiful. You need to watch his second video from yesterday. It's fantastic. And saying it's his driving Miss Daisy is a reference to, I remember seeing a movie once and they were referencing that when something was, somebody's best work, they called it was their driving Miss Daisy. So I told him that everybody should watch it. It was fantastic. And this is a video that he showed in it, and I'm going to share it with you right now because I think it's very, very important. And this is Greg Kidd, who was one of, if not the first investor in Ripple, and he says something that we know. But it's how he says it. And let me let you listen to it.
You kind of take that for granted. That's the way Airbnb got started and Uber. They weren't in, at that time, regulated industries. But generally things in financial services, you got to be regulated. So when I came to Ripple, that was a new blockchain. That was the second thing after Bitcoin. The first month we went to Treasury to explain what we were doing. So
I'm not going to take you through the whole video. I wanted you to hear that. The first month they went to the Treasury Department. Okay, we know they've been working with regulators since the beginning. They talk about we work with regulators. But not only do they work with regulators, their first month they went there and told them what they wanted to do. Now, did their doors get kicked in like digital asset investor says? No, they didn't get the doors kicked in. Have they ever been threatened? No. Have we seen any action taken against them as a security up to now? No. They've been working with regulators since day one, and anybody that doesn't believe that the regulators are working with them, they're blind. They're absolutely blind. Thank you, Stuart, at XRP_Stuart. Appreciate it. And moving on to the next one. This was from Peter Voss at PeterVoss6. And I want to share this with you guys. The cost of success. Late nights, early mornings, very few friends, being misunderstood, feeling overwhelmed, questioning your sanity, being your own cheerleader. Guess what? It will be worth it. So listen, it's hard to be a winner sometimes, and you have to take these things, take these things under advisement. It's not easy. But you have to know it's going to be worth it in the end. And the last thing I'm going to show you before I wrap up is somebody had posted this and put it on YouTube, and they seem to have made a jingle for me. So I'm going to share it with you.
Thanks, Mr. B. XRP. Yes, I am all in XRP.
I thought that was interesting. So thank you, XR Billionaire. I appreciate it. That was very nice of you. Everyone have a fantastic day. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a healthcare worker, and I'm not a crypto expert. These are my opinions only, and don't make any financial decisions based on anything I say. This video is intended for entertainment purposes only. Please like and subscribe, and if you haven't subscribed by now, what are you waiting for? And if you're waiting for something, put it in the comment section below, because I need to know what you're waiting for. I need you to subscribe. And share my videos with anybody who you think might appreciate them. I really appreciate you guys, and have a great day.